Hi, I'm Kat Duesterhaus. 15% of women and 6% of men will be victims of stalking in their lifetime. For me, it all started when someone began leaving things at my doorstep. At first it was just a penny, but then a few days later another penny showed up, and then a dead butterfly. The name of my company is Social Butterfly Agency. So was this a message? Was this a threat? Or were these all just coincidences? And then someone flattened my tire with a hollow point spike. Then I found a penny in here, underneath my bathroom sink. Then I found a car wash token and some French fries. Then 2 Ziploc baggies, which the police reported containing jewelry and a razor blade. Then the light above my apartment door was smashed. A stalker is a person who harasses or persecutes someone with unwanted and obsessive attention. You see, my gut told me something wasn't right from the start. So when I found the second penny, I put an old camera phone up in this window right here that looks out onto my doorway. The phone was running an app called Manything, which when triggered by motion recorded audio and video. I spent my 31st birthday, how I spent most of those days, alone and too afraid to go outside. But then I noticed on Facebook that 314 people had wished me happy birthday, and I realized I had isolated myself from everyone who cared about me. And then something happened. For the first time, I was more pissed off than I was afraid. Determined to put a stop to this, I combed through every email Manything sent me, and in one of them, I encountered a photo of someone at my door. I knew who this person was. In fact, I suspected them. The police had talked to them a couple weeks earlier. Now that I was certain of my stalker's identity, and because of their profession, I had to consider the possibility that I was being watched in places other than just outside my home. The computer security consultant reported finding possible RATware on my router. This meant they could spy on me 24/7, using the camera and microphone on any of my devices. I'm not going to say which one, but let's just say there was a government agency interested in my devices, and everything became evidence. I will, however, say how difficult it became trying to run my business when those second devices I purchased became evidence too. Luckily, there was the public library. I struggled to keep my new business running smoothly at the library on computers with time limits, but I had no other options. Because at that point, I was spent. I mean, literally. I calculated spending over 10% of my first year's earnings fighting my stalker in 2016, and all the time it took. 6 months of my life, gone. In the end, the trail on the electronic evidence went cold. The best evidence we had was that single photo from the $2.99 a month Manything app. But the prosecutor didn't want to press charges on this piece of evidence alone. I haven't found anything at my door from my stalker in over a year, but this person does still contact me on social media. I take screenshots of the contact as evidence for my case file. If you or someone you know are dealing with a stalker, please contact your local authorities. And remember, you're not alone. For a list of additional resources, please look at the links accompanying this video and keep watching for my 5 tips on dealing with a stalker. First and foremost, contact your local authorities at the first sign of a stalker. Second off, you are your biggest asset, so record each incident in a stalking log and preserve any evidence left behind. Third, read Gavin de Becker's book, The Gift of Fear. Once you understand the difference between fear and worry, trust your gut feelings, aka your intuition. Don't forget to talk to your friends and your family about what's going on. The more you are isolated, the more you are a better victim for your stalker. And lastly, be patient but persistent with your local authorities. It can be a long and complicated battle to stop a stalker, but don't give up.